Thank you for staying with us on the Pulse. Time now for the sports. I'm Gary Al Smith. It's day 7 of the World Cup. 7 days have gone, and today we've got a couple of games. 3 actually. 1 has gone, 1 is in progress, and we'll have 1 at 6 p.m. In the game that's just gone by about an hour and 30 minutes ago, Cristiano Ronaldo ensured that Portugal have 1 step into the round of 16 with this goal. 4th goal of the World Cup for the reigning Ballon d'Or holder. With his huge celebration, he powered his country. Even though they were not impressive in terms of possession, Morocco had all of that, but they couldn't take advantage of it. They lacked a clinical striker. In studio with me, Selwyn Saki, to look at that game in retrospect and also to update ourselves on what's going on right now. So the Cristiano, again, showing that he's the poster boy of the World Cup so far.
Well, and the man always taking the world stage, and this is the moments that he's trying to take. I'm not surprised that he scored today, but then the circumstances, that the way he found himself to work, even though Portugal didn't get enough chances, but the one moment that he got in the box and he took it, and that comes out to problems with African set pieces. The African teams have considered set pieces. Every team that represented Africa has considered. Egypt, the first game, to Nigeria, everybody has considered from set pieces, and it's quite disappointed that with the analysis and every that managers have seen that problem. Morocco had to go through that and making a mistake. They played fantastic football, very, very fast-paced, created a lot of chances, but the one thing they failed to do was just put the ball behind the net.
Created lots of chances. One thing they failed to do was to put the ball behind the net, and the lack of a striker or a finisher in midfield or in attack, or maybe probably a defender could have popped up and done the magic, because their captain, Mehdi Benatia, the man they call Captain Morocco, had several chances. He didn't take any. Right now, though, the strikers of Uruguay, well, they don't take prisoners. Let's see what's happening with Saudi Arabia. And Luis Suarez has gotten the goal. After 78 minutes, it's the South Americans that are currently in the lead. So what this means, and there is Suarez against Saudi Arabia. Now, what this means is that, let's see the lineups. Well,
you can see Saudi Arabia setting up with the 4-5-1 system. They're trying to fill up the midfield because they know definitely there's so much strength in depth when it comes to this physical Uruguay midfielders with Vitinha and Bentancur. So they had to add more men to make sure that they don't get dominated by them. But then what they failed to do was to monitor Cavani and Suarez. And then the goal that they considered Suarez, definitely, you don't give him so much space in the box, and he had to punish them over there. At the back for the Uruguayans, Jimenez and Godin, Atletico Madrid defenders, very physical as well. So that's what they're going to be. But in the first half, we saw the Uruguayans dominating the game with the way they played, but then in the second half we've seen the Saudis open up the game, stretching with a lot of pace and a lot of physicality. Has been an intense second half, but then still they are failing to get the goal because the Uruguay, with the experience in the World Cup, their way they've been able to, Oscar Tabarez has drilled his team to organize themselves. The Saudis, with the expansive play that they are playing, with the skills and the nice touches that they are making, but then they are still not getting a chance to score the goals.
Right, so look at those starting formations there. Saudi came, like Selwyn said, to load the midfield and get it. They've been expansive, but they've not been too purposeful. Obviously, though, Selwyn, you have to say, they've been playing far better than they did in their first game.
Very, very well said, and they are playing far better than that. You saw how Russians took over them. They were getting a lot of touches, but then what we're seeing against the Russians is that they weren't getting into the box. This time, they've been able to get to the box. They're playing a very attractive football that's quite surprising to a lot of people, but then for football at the moment, everyone is playing good football. You can't take that from the Saudis. Far better game, but then one thing they have to do is just get the ball behind the net.
The thing about Uruguay is that we become used to their style of play, where even if they don't play pretty, they are able to get the win. Gritty side with an equally gritty manager. 70-year-old Oscar Tabarez has been in charge for the past 18 years.
Yeah, he has been in charge for the past 18 years and so much experience over there. Even at the moment, people are saying he's weak. This could be his last tournament with the team, but the way he has made his players trust him, they see him as a father, and that's why they make sure they sacrifice all the time for him.
So the stats tell the story in parts, really. 54% possession to Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay don't care about that much. Goal attempts do tell another story. Uruguay have been shooting more than the Saudis, and the shots on goal also have the Uruguay ahead. Shots off goal, they're still ahead. Block shots, they're still ahead, suggesting that Saudi Arabia probably are taking a bit more pot shots than they are. So those are the stats of this game. Thank you, Selwyn, for the analysis.
Anytime.
In the next game, we have Iran versus Spain, and that is a very interesting conundrum for Group B, as Cristiano and his charges now have, 4 points?
4 points.
Ooh, makes it more interesting, because it means that if even Iran should get the win, well, that changes everything in the group, doesn't it?
It does, and you know, at the moment Iran has 3 points. If they win against Spain, they are qualified, and that puts a lot of pressure on the 2010 champion Spain, and with Portugal also ahead, giving us that pressure. Morocco definitely want to get a win before they leave, so they're going to give Spain a tough time. With Portugal going forward, it looks like Portugal are going through, but Spain need to make a result today.
They need to make a result. Many thanks again, Selwyn Saki, for the analysis, and we'll be back at 8:30 to update you on what's going on. Then the second game should have been over by the third game should have been over by then, and we'll give you the score. I'm Gary Al Smith, and that's the sport for now. The news continues with Aisha.